Network, you choose the mechanic or dealer. Best of all, there's coverage for every wallet size. Make the smart call before it's too late. Call CarShield today.
WZMQ 19, CBS for the Upper Peninsula.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, a new, larger regional dispatch center officially opens in Negaunee. Hear from Michigan State Police about how the new facility will help emergency responders. Plus, potential progress in the U.S. House as the GOP unofficially selects its speaker nominee. We're live in Washington with reaction from our congressional members. And some old statues getting a little TLC, how Hannahville students are fixing up these Native American statues. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
We got a few little peaks of sunshine today. I still saw some raindrops at my house, but what is ahead for us tonight?
Pretty much that same thing, although we are going to dry out this evening for just a little bit. We could see some scattered showers, though, popping up here and there, mostly along Lake Superior coastline, and then we'll expect a little bit of a timeout tomorrow from the rain, but it is likely to return with some gusty winds on Friday, possibly even on Saturday, maybe some sprinkles on Sunday. Today we saw a high of 49 degrees. We'll stay in that cool range for a couple more days, and tonight we'll expect the coolest temperatures of all. I'll tell you more after the break.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Developing now, classes are back in session today for West Iron County schools after law enforcement concluded an initial investigation into a school threat. Few details are known at this time, but in a statement from the school superintendent, Kevin Schmaltzer, the school was closed Monday after a report received by the school resource officer, which was immediately reported to local law enforcement. In an update posted yesterday by the superintendent, the school thanked the individual who reported the threat to a trusted adult. WZMQ has reached out to the police department and the school about the incident, but we have not yet received a response. We will keep you updated on this developing story. Meanwhile, a new facility in Negaunee will help first responders in more ways than one. A ribbon cutting ceremony was held today unveiling the new Regional Dispatch Communication Center for Michigan State Police and several other stations in the UP. The new facility provides more than double the space of the previous center, as well as a wall-to-wall display screen, even a quiet office called a huddle room for dispatchers who deal with high-stress situations every day.
Take a call that's very critical, that's very stressful, that they do quite often. There's a room in this building that they can go and they can get away. They can close the door. There's a couch in there. There's resiliency items in there that they can just relax, de-stress for a little bit to get back to work.
Coming up tonight at 11:10 Central, hear from dispatchers about how this new space will help them help others. In Washington, it was a busy day for House Republicans. Members met behind closed doors to vote in a secret ballot who should be the next Speaker of the House. Our Washington, D.C. correspondents Rachel Knapp and Brendan Scanlon are live at the U.S. Capitol. Rachel and Brendan, have House Republicans reached a consensus on this?
Well, good evening, Sarah. So the short answer is, it's still really kind of up in the air at this moment. House Republicans, they are just many that we spoke to, they are eager to get back onto the floor to vote in a new speaker as soon as possible. But again, Brendan, right now it's just unclear if there's a for sure winner in all of this.
That's right, Rachel. And Sarah, the one thing that we do know at this point is that Republican House Majority Leader Steve Scalise won the unofficial nomination for Speaker from his House colleagues over Representative Jim Jordan. The big question now is whether those who supported Jordan will support Scalise, because if not, Rachel, we could be back to square one here in D.C. We caught up with Representative Jack Bergman earlier, and here's what he had to say.
Need to get past some of the middle school behavior that occurred amongst the colleagues, and largely on our side of the aisle, because it was us who caused this to happen. But nobody gets a free pass here. So the folks on the other side of the aisle in the House who are watching, who think they can just sit back and smile and smirk, they better get their act together too.
And you can just hear how eager Congressman Bergman is, just wanting to get back the House in full order, and so they can really just get back to business in all this.
That's right, Rachel, and that's something that Speaker-designee Scalise really emphasized to us after that closed-door meeting this afternoon. He says the House really needs to come together to finalize some really important spending bills, obviously address that conflict, that war taking place in Israel, and a lot of really other important items as well. We're going to continue to keep a very close eye on what sort of unfolds here this evening inside the Capitol. But for now, reporting live outside the Capitol for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon.
And I'm Rachel Knapp. Sarah, back to you.
All right, Rachel and Brendan, thank you very much. In Michigan, new legislation will allow retired public school employees to return to work without risk to their pensions. On Tuesday, Governor Whitmer signed an amendment to the Michigan Public School Retirement Act. Previously, retired public school employees had to wait for a 9-month period before returning to work. With these new changes, educators now only have to wait 6 months and without risk to their retirement benefits and pensions.
In addition, if you were support staff, say you were a paraprofessional and you retired and then you go back, you can now, with this, you can earn a living wage because you have your pension plus what you are making as a paraprofessional.
Coming up tonight at 11:10 Central, we'll have more from the state representative who introduced the amendments and how the changes could help with the teacher shortage across the state. Some historic statues in Delta County are getting a facelift and becoming a better representation of the local culture. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons shows us.
These cement statues in Gladstone's Van Cleve Park, depicting real Native Americans who once lived in northern Midland County, date all the way back to 1910.
They got repainted back in 1982, and then they were just donated to the park, and they've been here for over 20-25 years.
In that time, they've suffered some wear and tear, and Gladstone's Parks and Recreation Department thought it was time for an update.
We just decided to reach out into the community, see if we could have Hannahville do a project with us.
There was rerod exposed, so he wanted to mortar up bits and give them a full new paint job.
Hannahville Indian School student volunteers got to work. They quickly realized painting statues outdoors is a bit more challenging than painting a canvas in a classroom.
When we put the first layer on, you could see that it was cracking a lot. So we had to go in with another layer, stop the cracking.
Having to wash the brushes with cold water. I was getting even more cold because my hands were cold.
But the artists aren't just restoring the statues. They're making them more culturally accurate.
The skin color was kind of off.
They were just dark brown everywhere, and that was it. So we really wanted to bring color and life back in. There was a chance to express our clothing and our culture and our beading.
Once the project is complete, Hannahville's team and Gladstone Parks and Recreation hope the statues will encourage more appreciation for Native American history and artwork.
That it represents our community more, and people should learn about other cultures.
It brings a little sense of pride and culture back to our parks.
The paint requires certain temperature conditions in order to set and dry properly, so the painting is on hold until the spring when the artists can get back to work. Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Gladstone.
Your first morning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, that's what Carl says. He's here to explain why October is typically the wettest month of the year, and of course, our chances of snow anytime soon. And later, why these students in Negaunee are running around their school. We'll tell you about the annual Laps for Lakeview fundraiser. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Dan Perkins Construction.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
This is the greatest adventure and the greatest game all wrapped into one.
It is like an adventure novel come to life.
This is the adventure of a lifetime.
That adventure is a unique experience for every person who plays.
New Survivor, tonight at 8/7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Someday your son's gonna test you. It's gonna force you to make a decision. must stand with his people. Now we are not your people.
There is nothing you could do I won't forgive you for.
Yeah, there is.
Yellowstone, Sunday after 60 Minutes on CBS.
Brought to you locally by Erickson Jewelers.
I'm Lily Simmons. Watch my reports from Escanaba and Delta County only on WZMQ 19 News.
The Baxter Family Survival Guide.
Dad, you taught us to be self-sufficient.
And yet you're all still here. Expect the unexpected.
You want money. Maybe you should do what other people do.
Get my own reality show. Dad, I'm trying.
Last Man Standing.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasic.
Well, our best friend, the 40s range of temperatures are still here with us, although we are a little bit warm up here in Houghton with a temp of 52. Yes, there is some sunshine out there, and we will expect that tomorrow as well. Tonight, though, we'll see some cloud coverage across the UP, and those temperatures could get really chilly, especially along that Wisconsin border over there in Iron River, a low of 33. Everyone else just a little bit above that, maybe up to about 45 degrees this evening. So some cloud coverage, maybe a chance of sprinkles. I'll show you with Futurecast in just a moment. We'll expect some late fog possible as well, and that could carry over into the morning where, again, we're expecting those clouds to clear out for the sun for most of the day, but then they'll return later on as we've got clouds increasing for the evening. So enjoy it while you can. Get out there, get that original vitamin D, au natural. So a few sprinkles along the Wisconsin border for the most part, maybe even in Houghton and Baraga counties, but we'll see things kind of clear out for just a little bit as we take a close look here at the current conditions in the radar. So we've got Iron County, Dickinson County, and Menominee County. Lots of precipitation possible down south here in just a moment. I'll show you here as we get through our Wednesday evening. Like I said, mostly dry skies, maybe some sprinkles along Lake Superior coastlines, but other than that, we're not expecting any heavy rainfall until maybe this weekend. So Thursday looking fairly dry and clear. Friday morning we'll see some clouds. Like I mentioned, we could see fog as well on our Thursday morning, but most of that precipitation is going to be down here along the Wisconsin border and even into Delta County, but a lot of it concentrated in Menominee County. Okay, we've got Lake Superior Performance Race happening on Friday. I know Sarah's just like, yes! Sidna, I'm focusing on that for Friday. That temperature about 48 degrees. We'll expect some breezy conditions, 70% chance of showers at the moment. It's going to be muddy. And then Marquette, 49 around 4 p.m., a high of also 49 degrees, and we'll have a 40% chance of showers at the current time, but that could definitely change because we've got some very wonky, unsettled weather right now. Our 7-day outlook for Marquette will stay fairly stable with our temperatures, but again, chances of precipitation even into the weekend. We could be drying up though for that UP 200 Dryland Dash. I'll have more details about that coming up in about 15.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Our 19 News Insights is on the way next. We are talking to the co-chair of the Lake Superior Performance Rally about what fans can expect from the old Press On Regardless this weekend. That conversation is 2 minutes away.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
Tonight, inside the devastation in Gaza City as it prepares for Israel's ground invasion. Then, Hamas militants stormed her home, killing her family. This 13-year-old tells Nora O'Donnell how she survived. And is the house closer to getting a new speaker on the CBS Evening News?
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
Our studio is in downtown Marquette, but we also have bureaus in Escanaba, Lansing, and Iron Mountain. How does that make a difference?
I think it makes a huge difference because the UP is very big. We're only 3% of the state's population, but we cover almost 40% of the landmass. So we are spread out quite a bit. And so I think to have all these different bureaus in the UP is really helpful because people live in those areas and want to know what's happening in their location.
Yeah.
But then especially now that we have our Lansing Bureau, I feel like that's something that's really been missing here in the UP is state government and what is going on down in Lansing. And we are so disconnected from Lansing so often. I think it's a major benefit that we have a reporter down there on the ground covering what's happening in our government and talking to our UP state representatives, but also just our government officials down there about how things that they are deciding on impact people who are living in the UP.
You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
The Lake Superior Performance Rally presses on regardless through Marquette and Barriga counties this weekend. It's the oldest, meanest, toughest rally on the circuit and guarantees a great time every year. Joining us tonight is the LSPR co-chair, Steve Gingras. Thank you for coming in, Steve.
You're very welcome.
So tell us about the history of pro rally here in the UP.
So as you said, this race used to be known as the Press On Regardless, which started like around 1969. And actually in 73 and 74, it was the highest level of rally in the world. It's called the World Rally Championship, WRC event. And so that really got us on the map. And it continued on as the POR for a while. But then the people that put it on wanted to take the name back to its roots, which was a different type of, called time, speed, distance rally. And they took it back and just kind of didn't want to put it on anymore. So then the local area started a region called the Lake Superior region of the Sports Car Club of America, and they renamed it the Lake Superior Rally. And it's still Lake Superior Rally today. Still, a lot of people still know it as the POR.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It's still a very exciting form of motorsports. You know, these highly modified cars with roll cages and big suspensions going through the woods at up to 100 miles an hour. It's extremely exciting.
Yes, it's like NASCAR, but like cooler. No offense to NASCAR fans, but it's so cool to watch these guys just rip through the woods in their souped up cars. Tell us how people can watch this weekend, where maybe the best spots to watch.
So the race kicks off at Fox Subaru this Friday at 9:30. It's the ceremonial start. All the cars will be there from 9:30 to 10:30. You can meet the drivers and check out the cars. Some drivers even let kids sit in the car and honk the horn or something. So that's pretty cool. And then at 10:30, we're going to start with a ceremonial start where the cars will be started off at 1-minute intervals. We've got a big field this year. We got 74 cars that are going to take the start.
Nice.
So you can see that happen there at Fox Subaru. But then later on in the night, up around Kenton, there's 3 spectator areas that you could get information from the Lake Superior website, lsprorally.com. You can go out and find the spectator guide there, and you go out and see the cars up close and personal in the woods. So that's Friday. Saturday, we're starting the race. We're kicking it off in Lawrence, Michigan, which is one of the people that was very near and dear to our heart, Al Dantes, who actually passed away last year. The day before the race, he was killed by a drunk driver. We're going to start the race off in his hometown, and with all the cars on display and the drivers available again. And you can, we're going to do a tribute to Al before the start of the race. So that's, heartwarming and touching and good. And then one of the first stages we're going to go to is a stage that we renamed in Al's honor called Al's Playground, which it's been more significant than I thought it was when I renamed it. So that's pretty cool. A whole bunch of Al's friends got together. Al used to put together this tribute called Sisu Rally Challenge. And all these guys that raced against him would bring prizes, and they would donate for like the first person to drop out of the rally would get a prize, or the person that did the stupidest thing would get a prize. All of the people, the whole rally community has taken that idea to the next level. There's over 100 prizes for the same kind of stuff. It's really special. We had to set aside 30 minutes in our awards program just for this.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. So anyway, on Saturday we start in Lawrence, and then we finish the rally here in Marquette. It's I think it's the best finish in the whole rally series. We start by going over Mount Marquette, and the last 10 cars, the fastest 10 cars are inverted, so the last 10 will be the fastest will be the last 10. We go over Mount Marquette, and we transit slowly through the Rippling River campground over to the ski hill, the Marquette Mountain Resort ski hill, and we race on the service road up and around the back of the mountain, and we finish in front of the ski lodge, and all the cars are on display, and it turns into a big party. And then we're going to have the awards program there, but you can come and check out the damage and talk to the drivers. So it's a good time.
Yes. Well, Steve, we are out of time, but I do want to mention there's a lot of stuff on the Pro Rally website. Like you said, lsprorally.com. We are very excited Friday and Saturday. You're not going to want to miss it, you guys. I'm serious. Steve, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Welcome.
Still ahead tonight, that's what Carl says. He's in the studio to explain why October is always so rainy and if the rains will continue this month. And laps for Lakeview, why these Negaunee Elementary students were running around their school today. We're back in 2 minutes.
New CBS tonight. The new season of Amazing Race has taken flight.
No other flights
Into Vietnam. See you there. A big part of this race is luck of the draw.
They got on the 150.
That makes me so mad.
This is old school Amazing Race, suffering in the airport.
Are you kidding me?
These last 5 teams are in a real predicament.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is anybody's game.
We are fighting for our Amazing Race lives.
A new Amazing Race tonight at 9:30, 8:30 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
When it gets colder, it's a good idea to layer up. But you can also surround yourself with an added layer of protection by getting your flu and COVID-19 vaccines. And you can safely get both vaccines at the same time. Talk to your healthcare provider and layer up for some added peace of mind.
I'm Richard Karn, and I love my hose. It ain't those old hoses. This is my hose. The new Pocket Hose Copper Bullet, now infused with real copper, so your water is always clean and lead-free. Just turn on the water and watch your hose grow and grow. And when you turn off the water, away it goes. Our new inner tube uses 3 layers of high-strength latex on the inside. Then it's wrapped in a new polymer filament jacket, 3 times stronger than the other hoses. And I love the oversized, easy-to-grip fittings. Get the super light 25-foot Pocket Hose Copper Bullet today for only $29.99. But wait, call now and get our Turbo Shot adjustable nozzle, absolutely free. This is an exclusive advanced release of our 2024 edition Pocket Hose. Order now.
Call 1-800-501-5243 or visit copperbullethose.com. So call 1-800-501-5243 now.
Let's hear what Carl Bonak says. We've had some showery weather the last few days, and at least in the northern UP, but that's pretty typical for October, right?
Right, it is. As the weather begins to cool down, it also becomes wetter.
October is the wettest month of the year, at least at the National Weather Service site near Negaunee. The October average precipitation is 4.04 inches, besting September by less than 1/10 of an inch. May is the next wettest month on average, with about 3 1/3 inches. October is wet because the air gets cold enough to begin generating lake-effect showers, rain, and sometimes even snow. Plus, the main storm track across North America usually drops southward closer to the Upper Peninsula as October progresses. Some big multi-day rainstorms can occur with these low-pressure systems. Most recently, just over 3 inches of rain was received at the Weather Service on October 9th and 10th, 2018. Both the 8400th on the 9th and the 2.18 inches on the 10th still stand as daily records. On the 11th and 12th in 1983, over 2.5 inches fell, with another inch plus over the next 3 days, which included the first measurable snowfall on October 14th, 1983. One of the greatest October storms occurred in 1959. Low pressure developed over North Dakota on the 23rd and moved eastward into the Great Lakes while deepening. An October daily record 4.06 inches came down in the city of Marquette on the 24th, with over 5 inches of precipitation from October 23rd through the 25th, including over 3 inches of wet snow. I bring up these past rainstorms because there will be another low-pressure disturbance heading toward the Great Lakes late week into the weekend. That means a good chance of more rainy and cool weather.
So everyone wants to know, is it going to be cold enough for snow?
Well, let me give you the long version of this. See, we've been watching this system all week long, and it's now in the plains. It's going to move up toward us, but there's a huge area of high pressure at all levels of the atmosphere in Canada, which will tend to suppress the system. So long story short, we'll get some rain. However, the heaviest will fall to the south. And right now with that big high, it's warm up in Canada. So we don't expect it to be cold enough for snow. However, the average date for the first measurable snow at the Weather Service is October the 18th. So it's coming sooner or later this month.
Gotcha. Thank you very much, Carl. And it may have been a little chilly outside today, but the kids at a Negaunee Elementary School had a unique way of keeping warm. WZMQ Scott Minshall has more on a fundraiser that also keeps the kids active.
A cold breeze and overcast skies this morning did not stop Lakeview Elementary students from hitting the pavement and participating in the Laps for Lakeview fundraiser.
The money raised goes back into the school to help fund field trips, learning outside of the classroom, and we're doing a big fundraiser push to update our playgrounds.
The fundraiser did not start today. Students have been out in the community collecting donations from family and friends since the beginning of the school year.
They're all excited. They're all wearing Laps for Lakeview t-shirts.
The chance to step outside the classroom is exciting for the 630 students at the elementary school. Assistant Principal Becky Walters says students look forward to the event all year long.
It's just great. It's great to see them participating and knowing that they're doing something good for the school and good for their bodies by getting outside and doing some laps.
This year, students had a goal of raising $15,000. Money from donations is still coming in, and according to organizers, that goal is extremely close to being met.
Our organization here is great. The community is great at supporting.
Students who participate in the event range from 4th graders all the way down to students as young as 3 and 4. It was clear the event was a team effort, some students even helping to make sure everyone crossed the finish line. Scott Minshall, WZMQ 19 News, Negaunee.
We're expecting a brief break in the rain for tomorrow, but of course we aren't totally ruling out a sprinkle or two. Ariane has the outlook on the way next.
Someday your son's going to test you. It's going to force you to make a decision.
A man must stand with his people. Now we are not your people.
There is nothing you could do I won't forgive you for.
Yeah, there is.
Yellowstone, Sunday after 60 Minutes on CBS.
Brought to you locally by Erickson Jewelers.
Escanaba and Delta County, home to beautiful beaches, Lake Michigan, lighthouses, pretty parks, and great people. It's why so many are proud to say, this is home. I'm Lily Simmons. I'll show you what's happening here every day. In your schools, your communities, and businesses. Sharing what makes this area so special.
Lily Simmons reports from Delta County. Weeknights at 6 and 11. Only on WZMQ 19 News.
The Jennifer Hudson Show. Kevin Nealon knows what's good.
Let me just say, your teeth and skin are amazing.
Thank you.
Keep them both.
Plus, hey girl! We're surprising people all over the place.
I told you this season was full of surprises.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
When two celebrity-led teams
What is this?
face off
It's a Harley-drawn swan.
in a game of quick draw,
1, 2, 3, shoot!
it's fast-paced family fun for all. Pictionary. Every weekday.
Pictionary, weekdays at 9 on WZMQ CBS. Watch WZMQ 19 News wherever you are, whenever you're ready. Subscribe to the 19 News channel on YouTube.
Our current temperature is about 45 to 55 degrees. We're going to expect these to drop even cooler this evening, 30 to about 45. Very cold in Iron County. Tomorrow, though, the letter of the day is S for serene, calm conditions, sunshine, and those stable temperatures we'll expect in the 45 to 55 degree range. Taking a look at Escanaba, some breezy conditions on Friday with showers likely to return.
Finally tonight, an authentic Mexican restaurant in Iron Mountain is opening up a second location. Carlos Cantina will be coming soon to a build site just across from the Home Depot on South Stevenson Avenue. The general manager says the plan is to keep the old location, which will also get a remodel and offer more catering options. The new spot will have a bigger kitchen, and the bar seating will more than double in capacity.
A little bit nicer. We're thinking a little more windows, more outdoor seating that we don't have here. Here I seat 130. Over there with the outdoor seating, we're going to seat around 230.
Construction starts next spring. We'll see you back here tonight at 11:10 Central.
Tonight.